preparing to live stream. Yes, we're live.
We are, since a while.
Wow, really?
But it's always with Facebook, like the first minute is like, is it live or not? And then you have to do some stuff and it's always the same.
Exactly. Oh, how do I mute myself on that one?
That's, therefore was what reading.
Yeah. There. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you good, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Cool. I was hearing the delayed, I was going like, what's going on? Cool. So thank you for joining me on this one, Simone. And what should we talk about today?
Oh my God, there's so much cool stuff that's coming up.
I know.
Where to start?
Where to start? I mean, yesterday we had an amazing conversation that was about bodies and magic and the castle and pictures and videos and an experiment. And that one was in French translated to German.
Yes.
And so maybe we could do something along the same lines, but in English, so for everybody else. And or maybe we should translate it to Swedish and Italian today.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just listening to you the whole Facebook Live. It's an easy job for me. Let's do that.
That's easy for you. I know we'll be going like, whoa.
But you could start subtitling it and
that
then
would be cool,
putting all the languages down
exactly,
there.
Exactly. Well, in just a few weeks now, I think it's like, what, 3 weeks left? 3-4 weeks left, something like that?
Until the 10th, like beginning of October.
Yeah, beginning of October. So 8th to the 10th of October, we are going to be in Casalborgone, which is just a short drive from Turin in the north of Italy, at an amazing castle called Castello di Casalborgone. And we're going to participate in a 3-day body class with our amazing friend, Anthony Mattis. Now, Simone and I have many things in common, many experiences in common, and we're excited about a lot of things in common. And a few of the things that we have that we're excited about is, well, the magic of Anthony and his way of being with bodies and his way of talking about bodies and the space that he creates with his 3-day body classes. Yeah. And also his ASB sessions, so Anthony's synthesis of being sessions, name given to the sessions by Dr. Dane here himself, because he thought that they were so unique and so special with him, so he gave him that name. And every time I've had a session with Anthony, my universe just went like, exploded more and more and more, way beyond, what I could expect. And so I would like to talk a little bit about that. And I would also like to talk about your experience of being in front of a camera, so doing sessions together, and also presenting this little invitation that we have for everybody.
Yes. You know what, like with the ASB sessions, Anthony, I just had one. Which class was it? Was it the SOP class? I cannot remember. Like, there's so many classes, but I just thought like, hey, let's book one of his sessions, and afterwards I could perceive how much more I could receive the whole class and all the energies in class.
Yeah,
and
totally.
I really could acknowledge like, wow, something I allowed myself to receive more after receiving a session with him. And he also will offer sessions, and also I guess even group sessions at the castle.
Yes.
And it's my first body class with Anthony, so I have no reference point to address here. Mm-hmm. And I know body classes are amazing. I'm really curious what it is with him, because like that space he is, I wonder what that will create with the processes and the molecules of my body and everyone else choosing the class.
Oh God, yes. More of that, please. My first session that I had with Anthony was at a 7-day in Costa Rica. And it was one day when I was, 7 day can get quite intense. And I was feeling very, very intense, and Amanda said, why don't you get a session with Anthony? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I thought it would be just like, and I can't really say another body process session because every single one is different. But I was thinking more along those lines. And wow, already from the first couple of minutes, something else was created. And the space that it created for me, being in the class, being with me and my body and everything, was just beyond any words. And I've had a couple of sessions more with him after that. I had one very memorable one in Canada that was actually a double session with Amanda and myself. And Anthony was gifting us this session, and it was incredible. I was laughing my head off throughout the whole thing, basically, and being super turned on of life. And I really wonder, especially in these times when so many people are buying into whatever is going on in the world with the vaccine, with COVID, with the restrictions, the fact that a lot of people still believe that you can't travel when in actual fact you can, and it's very easy. I wonder what gift that could be to so many people to actually choose to come to this class and also choose to play with what we're about to propose.
Yeah. Yeah, would you like to say something like what we came up with that really can be something so unique and special, what I get? Because like oftentimes you go into a class and like there's so much change. And for myself, like I'm facilitating a lot of classes, and so often I thought like, damn, why didn't we do before and after pictures? Because like the change is, sometimes you can watch people from hour to hour, how they change, how they lighten up, how they like become them, like, wow. Like as a facilitator, you see it, and now with online classes, it's also perceivable or seeable, sensible for everyone. Yeah. But like in a live class, it's just like, yeah, you in front of all the people see how they change. And and there the idea was coming, and I would like that you talk a bit about that.
Yeah, thank you very much, first of all, for generating the idea and for starting this whole thing. And also thank you for what you just said, because very often we see the change in others, but we can't really see it in us. And so what we're offering is, in order for all the participants to actually acknowledge the change that they choose, I'm offering, first of all, one picture for every participant before the class, one during the class, sometime during those 3 days, and one after the class. So that, and I'm not talking about functioning from reference points, but just a little souvenir, call it, or reminder, rather, that if whenever you're feeling funky after the class or whatever, or whenever something shows up in your universe, go back and look at these pictures, look at the first one and go, okay, so does my energy right now match to this one? Well, yes, probably even worse. And go to the next one. So was there any change there? Well, that got even more intense. So, well, that matches my energy almost right now, but now it's even more. And then look at the last one and go like, wow, did I really choose that much change? And perceive how you can actually choose, how we all get to choose. And the gift of photography is that, and I'll talk about that when we do the sessions also, is that, the flash that I will be bringing to the castle is not my fastest one, but one of my fastest one. And it does 50,000 flashes a second. Now, if there was a camera that was that fast, you could actually see the change. I mean, really physically see the change in between every frame. And that tells us something about choice. It tells us that if we choose, we can actually choose every fraction of a second, every millisecond, every nanosecond. That's how fast we are. And whenever we go into the funk of, wanting to hold on to the funk, and we don't acknowledge the fact that we actually want to hold on to it, we believe that we are the victim of it, and we can't do anything about it because this is what it's like, and we can't change anything.
I don't
know. I definitely wouldn't do that.
Me neither.
And that's, for me, is one of the gifts of photography, is that you can't deny it anymore. You cannot deny it. And I wish that most of us didn't need to have pictures as a reminder of this, but I get that pictures and photography are a nice little tool that can give us a reminder in those times when we really decide that it's all ours, it's so solid, it's all real, and it's all crap, basically.
Yeah.
So we can choose something else.
But I have to say, like, the pictures with you, like, I still remember my first photo shoot I had with you. And
Me too, I remember that session.
And there were several things to it. Like, first, watching like the pictures and seeing myself, it made me cry. Like, that's me. And you were saying, like, this is how the world sees or perceives you.
Yeah.
If you look into the mirror, you just see your judgment. And that sentence sticks with me, I guess, forever. Which is like, wow. And another thing, like, that was during the lunch break of I guess it was an ESB class.
Yeah.
And we were a bit late, and I come back to class, and I mean, usually ESB class is a huge space is created.
Yeah.
And after that session, I come back into the room and like, whoa, is it dense here? And I like, wow, okay. I also could acknowledge, what did we just create in that photo shoot? Yeah. There was such a different space. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, you know, what you just said is really so related to a 3-day body class, because it has to do with our relationship with our bodies. And so many of us think that we are our body, that we are our brain, our mind, and all of that. When in actual fact, you know, the brain, not the mind, that's something else, but the brain and the body are inside of us. You know, we're much greater than that. We create these bodies. We create them to have fun and to enjoy this planet, not to create crap and to suffer and to go through gory and doom and gloom. So it's really the combining of the photography, the pictures, and into a 3-day body class, I think is it could be quite a gift to a lot of people. And I'm really glad that Anthony liked this idea, and also the idea of creating this little experiment that we're going to be creating together, of creating a video where we will be doing very, very short interviews with the participants of the 3-day body class with Anthony at the castle, the day before the class, sometime during the class, and after the class, and that interview doesn't even need to have words, because on video you have yet another element than still photography. You don't need to say a word. You can just be like, and you get it, and you get it. So, and with that video, we're creating a little experiment to actually see how much change we can actually choose during these 3 days, and how maybe we can turn some of the judgments that we have about our bodies, about ourselves, about the situation on the planet today, and every other judgment that we may have, how much we actually could be willing to choose to change within those 3 days in order to create more space and more ease and, well, more communion with the earth. Actually, that's what I'm asking for.
That's so cool. And you know what else is popping for me here? Like, that part of, like, if you acknowledge, you can have more of the things you're willing to acknowledge.
Totally.
So, and we are just doing that shoots in between the class, like, and you start to acknowledge, like, first place, what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Like, what brought you to the class.
Yeah.
Second, like, how's going in between, and then afterwards, like, really that acknowledging part allows to have more of it. And also, like, and afterwards, people can have a complete photo session with you.
Yeah, if they choose to do that, I'm offering a 40% discount, so 40% discount on my normal price of the long sessions. And
this is crazy, guys.
Yep, it is. I've never done this before, and I'm probably not going to do it again. So, you know, it's just for this class, 40% off the long private photo sessions with facilitation to get you to really leap beyond any judgment you might have about having a camera pointed at you, and instead using it as an amazing tool for creations. Why? Because pictures are entities. And that's the other thing about Anthony, is that he is also amazing in talking about entities and talking about bodies and correlating the two in an amazing way that I've never heard before. And so the pictures being entities, and the definition of an entity is a being with or without body that has energy. In other words, everything is an entity, even an idea. And the pictures for those of you that don't get it yet, just ask a question with your barriers completely down without going in your head. So, have I chosen this already? Have I chosen this already? And don't go into your head, oh, but I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't travel. That's all bullshit, because if you choose it, you create it.
Yeah, I've seen my body as respond like, of course we have a shoot. Of course we're there, like, yep, makes me smile, makes me laugh.
Yep, exactly. So ask that question, have I already chosen it? And if it's light, if you feel light and expansive and joyful, then it's a yes. Then don't go in your head of how you're going to finance it or what time you're going to find or whatever, any other excuse, because it's just excuses. Just choose it, because this mixing the 3-day body class with these sessions is actually something that has not been done before, and that I really get is a great gift. And the other thing with the video, with these small interviews, is that it adds another element to actual being in class and to actually being present with you, with your body, and what you're actually creating and choosing. Because while doing these interviews, you actually go and really look at what is, what has been, what is, and also perceive the possibilities of what you can choose. So that process in itself is an added element to your class. And when the video will be edited, that's yet another element. So it's like a multifaceted event at the castle. I'm so excited about it, and I'm so grateful for Anthony for allowing us to play like crazy motherfuckers and really mixing things up in a way that not even to me made sense in the beginning. When you proposed it to me, I was like, yeah, but how? And we can't really take away from the thing of the class. And you said, no, it's not. It's actually adding something more. And I was like, wow. And when you said that, I could really see it, and Anthony could see that, and I'm so grateful for Anthony for allowing us to play this way. And really, I wonder what else is possible with this creation that has never been created before.
Yeah, like what are the bodies asking for?
Yeah.
And totally. Everyone watching, you're like, what is your body asking for? Are you listening, or are you constantly overriding?
Yeah, exactly.
With you think what's possible and not possible.
Exactly.
Like there's so many body classes. I just could watch myself. Like one time I could see myself driving to Hungary to a body class. I didn't have the money. Like everything was arranged. Like, this is weird. And that's like, I had, as you said, like chosen I had long time before. And then the steps of actualizing and instituting.
Yeah.
And even that, my body made it happen. Like,
absolutely,
that was weird. Like, absolutely. But I was just willing to go out of the way and watching
and
myself.
When we're willing to do that, to actually allow the universe to gift us and to show us and receive it, then we can really create magic. I mean, the thing that you referred to when you mentioned the video part of it was a video that I produced that is quite similar to this for Dane here. And it was shot in Istanbul. I'm going to put the link to that video down below here in the comments. And it was a little bit that of a journey and seeing where people are at before, during, and after a class. It was not a 3-day body class, but it was a very similar energy in terms of the actual process. And for me, since I was editing the video as well, and it took me 6 months to edit that video. So first I had the whole class, which was incredible in Istanbul. And then I had 6 months of editing this video of the class. So for me, it was being in that ESB, which it was, for 6 months in a row, perceiving the energy and being in the energy for 6 months. So when I delivered the video, I was very nervous that, what Dane would think, because it was the first time we did something like that or whatever. And he was so happy about it. And I was, the first thing that came to me was like, God, what will it take for me to choose another ESB soon? Really, because I love that energy. And it's really this thing of like, allowing the universe to gift us. And I was going to think, oh, but I have not done any commercial shoots for a while, so I don't know if I can afford it, and going in my head and all of that. And like literally less than half an hour after that, I got a message saying, Dane would like to gift you an ESP as a thank you for that production. And I was like, wow, it does work. And I get to see it time and time again. And I keep forgetting about it. And it is really that thing of choose first and be willing to receive. And the universe has so much to gift you.
Yeah, ask and receive
much.
works.
Yeah,
I
totally.
sometimes give the question to people, what are you not asking for? That if you would ask for, you could receive it. But we have already decided what's not possible. And so like, I don't know how, but I can ask for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some of my greatest creations in all sorts of terms has really come in times when everybody, including myself, thought that I had completely lost my mind because I was choosing something with no money that would cost shitloads of money in this reality and would be totally impossible. And I was like, this is totally possible. I don't know how. Universe, show me. And this was even before the tools of access. So now with the tools of access amped up even more. And it's like, just go for it. So if you are choosing this class or whatever else it is in your life, don't go in your head. Don't allow yourself to stop you. Because if there's anyone that can stop you, it's you and nobody else. And please acknowledge that if you can stop your creations, what a potent and amazing creator you are. And if you're creating crap in your life, what an amazing and potent creator you are. So what are you choosing to create today that would actually create more ease and more of what you would actually like to choose?
I just had a picture, like every time, like how you say that in English? I just could see, like, if I would like to stop myself, I know a sure way to get the stop. Just go to the thinking, and like, how many minutes does it take until the idea is dead? Like, this is the secure way to kill what you're about to choose.
Totally. And I do it all the time with myself, and it's really like what you say. It's like you go in your head, you use your brain, you use your mind, and you can kill whatever you want that you say you would like to create.
This is so cool. Yeah, go.
Yeah. One thing is to say I'm choosing this, and then you add, but I can't, but I don't have time, but whatever. Or actually choosing it with no point of view. I'm choosing this. Universe showed me the way.
Yeah. And that's what I'm loving about creating with others together, because like whenever we have our but in our head, someone else does not know about this. And like, this is a possibility, also like, and that's what I'm really grateful about you, the vulnerability to let me in and to perceive what's possible in your world and pointing it out. Like, yeah. Which is
and
great.
I love that about us creating together. We started talking about it when we met in Puerto Vallarta last time about creating with body presence and project Redefine Beauty and what else, and now we're on this creation as well together, which I'm super excited about. And really, I'm asking what else, and it's really this energy of co-creation and what anybody else would consider maybe as completely crazy co-creations and maybe even impossible co-creations. Well, hell no, when you perceive that energy, and you're such an invitation, Simone, to this. And it's just like when we started talking about it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. What else is possible here?
Yeah. And I can perceive you're receiving something from me that I'm not even knowing what it is cognitively, but somehow it works, like
somehow it works. Somehow it works. And the things we cannot put in words, those are the most potent ones, because those are pure energy. Yep. Meme.
Oh, thank you so much. Is something else we didn't address yet? Like we have the amazing body class, we have the ESP sessions, we have your sessions, the experiment, the challenge.
The castle in itself. The castle is, for those of you that don't know it, it's a castle that was built in the year 900, and it's gone through wars, it's gone through love stories, it's gone through everything. And Gary Douglas and Dane here and some other partners bought the castle, and I saw it actually before it was renovated or restored rather. And the energy of that castle, God, it was pulling me, it was calling me. It was like I was talking to Gary and I said, wow, I called him one day, and because we were doing some photo shoots to talk about the castle. We're doing a fashion shoot actually in the castle before renovation. And I called Gary and I said, this is amazing because, you know, never in my 40 plus years of career as a photographer have I had a production actually locked and sealed and everything organized within 24 hours. So I had booked the models, hair and makeup, the styling, the location truck, the electricity that we took from the clock tower, you know, everything, every little detail was all sorted within 24 hours. It's never happened. A production of that size normally takes a couple of weeks if you're fast. So I called Gary and I said, I don't know what's happening. I think it's castle. And he said, yes, it's the castle. So please listen to it no matter what it requires. And it's really got that energy. And at one point, you know, I was involved in doing something with the castle, some kind of creation around it or whatever. And at one point it was kind of silent. And I called Gary again. I said, hey, Gary, I'm making myself wrong here for not active, for not doing anything. And what's going on? What am I doing wrong? And he said, you're not doing anything wrong. Are you listening to the castle? Does it desire anything now? Does it require anything now? Or does it require space? I was like, wow. So the castle in itself is yet another element to these 3 days that we're going to spend together there. And it's really, it's pure magic, basically. It's alive. It's alive. And there's many classes that are being created there. And the one element, and it's very luxurious. I mean, Gary, I was with him in Paris at the flea market while he was buying some of the furniture. And just that, you know, those few hours with, you know, following him, taking pictures of him in that was just amazing. But anyway, the castle is packed with furniture and objects from all over the world, and really beautiful antiques, amazing antiques. The castle has got an amazing chef with beautiful food. But apart from all of these things, the real gift of the castle is the silence. And that silence allows you, opens up a space for you to be totally present. So to have that space and that gift from the castle of silence and presence related to a 3-day body class with Anthony, I've chosen that a long time ago.
I guess we are the creator of the class.
Oops.
Like, let's have it. That's awesome. Yeah, wow. Yes. And I guess everyone watching, just like the only thing that's required to come to the body class is bars and foundation, which is not a high prereq.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
And after all that craziness, the last 1.5 years, is your body asking for being touched in a kind and nurturing way? Like, exactly. For me, for sure it is. And this is the place. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you say that if you think, and I'm using the word think in an appropriate manner here, if you think that you're not choosing this class, can you ask your body if it's actually choosing for more of this separation with COVID, between us and our bodies and each other?
Good question.
Just saying.
You mean where we're like what we are choosing and put our energies to, this is what shows up in the world?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Indeed. So what are we choosing today?
I love when people say things that no one wants to hear.
Yeah, I got that.
Don't tell me. It was a secret for myself before. Now I know.
I thought I've been hiding it so well, even from myself. Damn it.
And that's actually brought me to my choice. Like a few months ago, I was like, okay, cool. With all the things going on the last 1.5 years, I received so less bars and body work as usual. Because like usually I'm in classes, I'm gifting classes, like there's always bars and body work. And I didn't have that. And I was like, you know what, body? I make a commitment here. I will receive one body class a month for 1 year, just for
that is brilliant.
Curiosity. What will that create for me, my body?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really a cool journey.
It's a very cool journey. Applause to you, my friend.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, what is it that might show up? You know, like what are the bodies asking for? And so often we think things are not changeable, but what if everything could be changed?
Yeah, exactly.
And the processes are really like, we have not spoken about them.
Exactly.
And there are not really words to put to. It's just I mean, if you read the prose, like, how can you come up with things like that? And it's a book of pure magic in my point of view.
It is a book of pure magic. Yes, it is a book of pure magic. Totally.
Cool.
So maybe we should leave whoever is watching this live now or in the future with a question once again. Can you please ask your body if it desires more of the separation between you and your body and everybody else that is going on in the world right now? Or does your body desire something greater? And then see if you're choosing this class or not.
Cool. Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you, Simone. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you, Anthony, for this amazing invitation and for this amazing creation. And I can't wait to be there.
Same here.
Yay.
Cool. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone watching.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.